Hi, it's been a long time since I've done this. I'm back. And as you can probably see, there's been quite a few changes. What I wanted to do in this video is to talk to you guys because I missed that, and I've been away for a while, just off of YouTube and socials and just generally being entirely disconnected. And I wanted to talk to you guys about what's been going on in my life, the obvious changes that have happened, and what's in store for 2023, hopefully. I'm sorry if I seem a bit off in this video. It's been a while since I've recorded, and well, it's been a fair few months since I recorded, and I think it's going to take me a little while to get back into the swing of things. Feeling particularly autistic now more than ever. But we'll work through it, because I always wanted to be transparent with you guys. You know, I never wanted there to be a point where this wasn't transparent. And the purpose of my channel is to, obviously first and foremost, to educate, but to document my life. You know, I want to be like a big sister to you guys. You know, I want to be everything that it felt like I never had, and everything that YouTube gave to me, especially when it first came out. Like, that was truly the golden age of YouTube, and I want to bring a little bit of that back. So I'm going to try and keep everything as cohesive as possible. I didn't script this, and I don't tend to like to script things. I like it to be organic, but I think I'm definitely neurodivergent of some sort. I've definitely got ADHD, which not only means my brain's usually all over the place and I'm trying to get out a million and one things all at once. I then also am a bit autistic, so I'm gonna do my best to get across my version of things. Raw, hardly edited, maybe just minus all the gappy breaths and the stuttering. This is who I am. No filters, no editing. This is Jade. This is me. It's nice to meet you. I think I better introduce myself because one, there's a lot more of you here than there ever has been, which I am entirely grateful for. But also I feel like I'm a completely different person to the person that I was when I started this channel. That seems an entire lifetime ago. And I'm sorry, my nose keeps running. I'm even an entirely different person to the person that I was at the start of the year. And I can honestly say I feel the most comfortable and content and happy and the most myself I've ever felt. But I'm getting ahead of myself. All I have is a list of points I want to talk about in my book, so that is what we're going to do. I'm calling this update a life update that also talks about my style evolution. As you can see, I look quite different to the last time I was here. So we're going to address things one by one. I'm going to start off with the physical side of things first, because that is the part that you all see and will know is the most different. So first things first, I got my nose pierced. Now, I have wanted my septum pierced for the longest time. Honestly, I have been going on about it for a good 5 years, maybe more, and there was a point in time when it was like the height of fashion, like everyone was getting their septums done. And if you know me, you will know that I hate jumping on the bandwagon for things. I hate doing things because they are in fashion. I hate that. It repulses me, so I was determined not to get it done while everyone was still on the hype. This felt like the right time. I've been thinking about getting my septum done more and more, but I was petrified. And my sister booked it for me. She said if she books it, then I can't back out, which was very true. And I got it done. And I feel really good with it. I feel really good with it. I feel like it has added a part of me that I knew I wanted for the longest time. And if I ever get sick of it, I can flip it up, I can change the jewelry out. Like, it's something completely out there for me. And I was so afraid to get it done. And it's like I conquered a fear in getting that done. And it's like I unlocked another part of myself. So I am so happy with it. I think it looks so cute. And it's one of those things that's helped me get a step close to the person that I feel like I was always meant to be. And for me right now, in this point in my life, that seems to be my goal. I've been very like introspective, especially like the past month or the past however long I've had off of YouTube. I've been so self-reflective. I've been constantly looking inwards and soul searching and processing a lot. But this is something that I did entirely for myself. In the past, I've been in relationships or had people around me that have said that I can't get it done, or you know, they've used threats or different things to say that if I get this done then they'll leave me, and all this other entirely rubbish crap basically. And a part of me was letting that go as well by getting it done, because there wasn't a can't, there wasn't a no, there was nothing to say that I can't be the way I want to look. I now have my septum pierced. If you'd like a whole separate video on everything to do with my septum, then let me know down in the comments, because I'm probably going to do it anyway because I'm obsessed with it, so let me know. Second elephant in the room, my hair. I felt flat for a long time, in the sense that my hair felt flat. I'd never done anything with it. I go to the hairdressers and I have highlights put in just to brighten it up. I have it toned to give it more of a frosty tone. But I didn't do anything with it, essentially. I had, most of the time now, I had a middle parting. If I got bored, I'd flick it over and have like a side parting. Which, you know, at the start of me doing that, it was something fun, it was something a bit different. But that was about it. I didn't have layers cut in, I didn't have anything else done with it. And I think I just hit fuck it. So if you don't know what hitting fuck it is, it's a very Jade made up word or made up term to describe something. I did actually steal it from Deadpool, if anyone's seen that movie. I use it in the sense that I use it to say that I'm overwhelmed. I use it to say that I've had enough and I want an escape. And when I hit fuck it, that's when I really don't give a shit about anything I do. And I essentially put myself first, because I live my life chronically living by everybody else. I chronically live by people pleasing and making sure everybody else is happy. I'm a yes man. I am a horrible yes man to everybody else but my own wants and desires, due to probably things going on in my childhood, which leads to then a very fucked up adult that doesn't know what she wants to do with her entire life and then just hits fuck it. I think I've got a very compulsive personality, and there was a point where I feel like I did struggle with coping mechanisms that weren't healthy, like drinking, because I didn't know how to deal with it and I didn't know that I was going through trauma. I've come out of that side and I'm here, so I hit fuck it. And I decided to do the things that I wanted to do for myself. I got my nose pierced, because why the hell not? I got my hair cut. I wanted to try a fringe, because my entire life, FYI, my mum's a hairdresser, so she's always done my hair the entirety of my life until I moved out. I could never have a fringe because I have a cowlick. If you don't know what a cowlick is, it is like the way your hair grows, it like bumps up and it sticks up, and it's just a genetic thing, like it will never stop doing that. So I could never have a fringe, you know. If I had this hair, it wouldn't suit me, or I go to her about, okay, I want this colour, I want this style or design or anything. You can't have that, it's too high maintenance, you'd never achieve that colour. Try to achieve that colour, destroy your hair in the process. Literally, like, it wasn't achievable, it wasn't doable. I felt like I was one of these people that I couldn't have what I wanted. Anyway, like the inspiration for this is, I've tried to be very like modern and trendy with it. These wispy fringes have come back and I think they're so cute, and I wanted to go like sort of 90s Pam Anderson, kind of like Angelina Jolie vibes, kind of, you know the vibe I'm going for, right? I didn't know if it'd suit me and I didn't know if I'd like it, but I just wanted to try, because at the end of the day, hair grows back. If I didn't like it, I can hide it. It's gonna grow out, it's fine. And okay, so the main influence of this was because of the Resident Evil series. It's on Netflix, I think. So if you watch that series, they kind of have the, one of the girls in it, she has, I'll put a picture here so you can see, but she has like brown hair with the white streaks. Quite a few people doing that at the minute, and I freaking love it. I didn't want to go brown because I'm a blonde girl, okay? No matter what happens, I'm always gonna be blonde. It just suits me and it's who I am as a person. However, I wanted to do it in reverse, and I tried to find so many reference pictures for this online. There is nothing. So I knew that I was being different, I knew that I was being out the box, and I knew that I was just trying something and having fun with my hair, because I'm like late 20s, don't tell anybody that. I'm late 20s, I've not explored anything that who I am. You know, this is a time for change and a time for transformation, and I'm going through a massive transformative period in my life. So I went dark underneath. It's brown, not black. I don't know if you can tell the difference in this light, but I absolutely freaking love it. It's just underneath, so that when I have my hair up, you can see it. When I tie it up, you can see it. And I just think it looks so freaking cute. I can't get over it. And then when you curl it, it like peeks through. It's kind of like a reverse peekaboo thing. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with my fringe. I freaking love how it came out. I put this, I've literally just washed my hair today, so it's all like all over the place, but I usually put it in rollers to give it a little bit of like bounce. I do that overnight. Yeah, so this is my new look. See? I really hope you guys like it. I think I've said it before, I feel the closest I've ever been to being my most authentic self, or the person that I thought I was always meant to be. And I don't know if anybody else experiences this. I mean, anybody else in their 20s, have you been through this many identity crises, or have you been through this much soul searching, or anyone been up to your late 20s? Has anyone else questioned their entire being? I don't know if I'm having a quarter life crisis or what, but I don't feel bad about it either. I feel like these are all changes that needed to happen, because I think people can get too stuck and stagnant in their lives. This has been a good thing for me. This has been a really good thing for me. Like I say, I feel the best I've ever felt in terms of myself, and I feel so at peace with myself. I've been doing a lot of trauma work. I've been through a lot, and I've always wanted to be transparent here on my channel, and you know, a lot of these things are going to probably be a story time for another time. But I acknowledge that I've been through shit, but I also acknowledge that I think I'm coming out the other side. And you know, I've gone through shit 10 years ago, but I think that trauma stays with you for a long time, and especially for me, I didn't realise how much it stayed with me and how difficult it's been. But yeah, and you know, if you guys have followed me for a while, you would have seen my previous videos on this. I've always struggled with my identity. I've always been unhappy with who I am. I've never had the confidence. I've never felt worthy of anything, of anyone. And this is the first time, I think, in my entire life that I feel worthy enough to exist. And it's not because of just how I look, but that plays a big part. I'm finding what I like because I like it, not because I'm told I have to like it, or not because I'm told that I'm not allowed to like it. I think I'm finally allowing myself that, and I'm finally forgiving myself for things and acknowledging that not everything was my fault, but acknowledging that it happened. And I'm still here, and got through it. And I know this is a mega heavy fucking life update, okay? I know. But if it reaches just one person that may not be where I am yet, and you are struggling, I can't even tell you how happy you can be. You have to feel what you feel. But you will be so happy in who you are because I've done it. And I feel really like I'm really getting to be at peace with myself. But I think a lot of people don't acknowledge things that do give them trauma, but also I think people don't stop to acknowledge that you need time and you need to reflect and you need a chance to work out who you are and become the person you are without being, okay, let's go to school, let's go to uni, let's get in a job, let's work that job for 50 years and then retire, and then life's gone. You know, if you want to have kids, that's another thing. How are you ever going to have time to work out who you are? And how can you be the best version of yourself if you don't know who you are? And I think that's what a lot of this is for me. It's trying to work out the best version of myself and how to find that. And I really feel like I've unlocked something in myself, and I'm excited to do a life update video a year from now and see how I look, how I feel, how I think, my experiences. It's a journey. It's a journey that I want to share with you guys. I don't feel like this is my final form either. I feel like there's changes to come. I've had a lot of thoughts about more tattoos that I want, which is really exciting because that's another thing that's going to make me, you know, elevate the way I look on the outside so it reflects what I see on the inside. And I think that is such an important revelation. I haven't really worded it like that before, but I feel like I know who I am, and I know, you know, especially this year, it's taught me so much about neurodivergency and unlocking who I am. And now I'm feeling like the person that I've always wanted to look like, the person that my inner child has always wanted to look like, I feel like that's coming out, and I'm really excited for more. I've also had a lot of changes in my wardrobe in terms of the way I like to dress. Blake keeps saying that I'm his goth fiance. I'm not a goth. However, I am very drawn to black at the minute. I feel very powerful in black, and I think that relates obviously really strongly to my spirituality, but I really am appreciating and feeling that power come through in the colour. I mean, a year ago I wore so much colour. I loved colour. And don't get me wrong, I still do, but I just feel extra witchy, extra spicy in some black, and it makes up probably 90% of my wardrobe right now. I'm not going to lie, which is continuously growing actually. So that's sort of all the aesthetic changes and a very deep look into my soul. I've also had some other changes in my life. So my family's been going through quite a lot at the minute. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't really know who watches these videos, and I don't want to cause pain to people that might be experiencing it or going through it at the same time as me. Things are tricky right now and quite a bit broken between us. That's really all I want to say, I think. But I think this is another thing that has affected me deeply in terms of being so introspective at the moment, because it has rippled through every aspect of my life. It's made me realise a lot and made me face a lot that I probably wasn't facing before. That's another reason I took a extended break from YouTube as well. We were sorting out a lot of things. Things are okay. And that's pretty much it right now. I like I say, I can't say too much. And things are just okay. And that's it. For those of you who might know, I did have a small business that I was running with my mum. Unfortunately, that's had to close. And that's probably going to be sort of indefinitely now, which I can't thank everybody enough for all your support in the times that it was running. And I really loved doing that, but it's just not feasible to do, in the current state of things, and it's just not doable right now. But hopefully this opens up different opportunities. I've always wanted to have my own witchy store, so maybe that's something that I'll finally branch into. And then additionally to that, I have also quit my job. Yeah, I know. Quarter life crisis much. Again, I don't want to talk too much about the reasons behind why I'm doing what I did. However, I will say that my family situation did have a lot to play in that. Like I say, it literally rippled through every aspect of my life and me, and in making me look at myself, I had to look at the person that I was. I had to face the person that I was. So in facing everything that I was, the person that I was, it got me to question a lot of my motivations for why I was doing things in life that I was doing, and why I was living my life in a way that didn't necessarily align with the person that I am now. I have always wanted YouTube and creating for others and being creative to be the main part of who I am. If you followed me from the beginning, you'll know YouTube is everything that I desire in terms of being able to be self-sufficient. You guys that are here with me right now are making all that possible, and I am so grateful for every one of you, because this is all I've ever wanted. Why wouldn't I give that more time and energy and care if I wanted that? And I didn't quit my job because of YouTube. Like, I am not monetized, okay? I am not at a position where this is doable full time. I am fortunate that I don't have to rush and look for a job straight away. So in this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to really think about what I want to do. You already know, it's obviously YouTube. So I'm probably going to put everything that I have into doing this while I have the time to do it. I have adored this platform. I have wanted to go on here for so long, and it's always so difficult. But I also need to acknowledge that I make excuses for not doing things because I am afraid. I am so afraid of failing, and I am so afraid of the unknown. Even if that means success, even if that means being happy, I'm afraid of that, which is so silly. These are all things that I've had to face within myself, and I'm okay talking about it because it's true. It's okay to be afraid. But I'm really going to try and face this fear head on, and I'm going to try and give it everything that I have, while I have the time to do it. And that's my life. So what do I see in store for 2023? What do I see in store for Primrose? I'm going to give it everything that I can with YouTube and socials, and just try all that I can with all the energy that I have. Things are still working on the house, so we're still renovating. I need to do an update video because it's been a while. I'm quite a bit behind. We're not far off now, so yeah, I really need to show you guys what's been going on. I was talking to Blake and I was like, I don't have any goals for 2023. Every year I go into the next year with goals or a word that I want to focus on, or something to achieve or something to do. I mean, last year I did veganuary. You know, I've always had something to want for. But I said to him that, you know, I feel like I focused on 2022 as my year. Everything about 2022 and the 222 has followed me around like a shadow. I got engaged. We got this house. We moved in. At the end of 2022, I have been the best version of myself that I feel like I have ever been. I have unlocked so much within myself. I physically look the way that I wanted to, from like the most I ever have. So what does that leave for 2023? I'm going in not wanting for anything, and it's a little unnerving actually, but I'm not afraid. I'm a little bit excited. I think I'm excited at the possibility, because by not having a pre-conditioned goal or anything in my mind, anything's a possibility. Anything can happen, and I am open to anything happen. And I think I'm open to receiving, and I think that's such a refreshing thing, because I have never ever felt like this before. So the change that I've gone through and that I'm going through emotionally is the strangest I have ever experienced. So yeah, I'm entirely open to what 2023 will bring, and I will be here to react to it as it happens, you know? I think this is what living in the present is, isn't it? You know, I'm not fixated on the future at all. I have nothing, and I'm not really thinking about the past anymore, because I'm coming to terms with all of that. So this is truly what being in the present is. And I think I've probably felt the least amount of anxiety and stress that I have ever felt. It's so strange. Getting here has been some journey. But spiritually, I feel so connected. I honestly haven't even been on my phone hardly ever. I've been so disconnected recently, and I really like it. So 2023 is an entirely blank page for me, for this channel. I've got lots of ideas actually, lots of ideas for content that I want to make. So hopefully I'm going to bring that out to you guys very soon. It's a fun and exciting time, I hope. But I think that's it for now. I think I've talked through everything that I kind of wanted to share with you guys, and to help you understand where I'm at, to unveil the new look, I guess, the new me. I don't want to say new me because I'm still me, but I am aesthetically different. Great therapy talk. How have you guys been? I'm dying to know. I miss making videos for you guys. I really do. I hope you've all been well. Let me know down in the comments everything that you've been up to. Let me know if you are also having a quarter life crisis in your 20s, and just come and say hi. It'd be great to hear from you. I hope you all have a fantastic new year, new start to 2023. I'm excited to see what the future holds, and I hope you guys will be here to share this journey with me as well. I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Make sure you meet me there. Bye. My nose hasn't stopped running and it's driving me insane.